So far, not only is this Bitcoin cycle not any different than it's ever been in terms of how the price is moving, but it's also now showing us that we're basically only halfway through the pumping that Bitcoin has to do, and altcoins are likely to experience exponentially more gains than we've seen so far, meaning somehow, if you're getting into crypto right now, over the next 6 to 8 or so months, you are likely to make a lot of money. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly where I think we're going and just cover so many topics to give you the best idea of what I think is actually happening here. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe for daily crypto videos. And without any further ado, I'm almost at a loss, right? As I posted a video about almost 24 hours ago talking about today going to be a massive day for the price of Bitcoin. And in fact, this week is likely just getting started. We just put in the highest daily close of all time, the highest weekly close of all time for Bitcoin. And there's so much I want to get into. Make sure to watch this video from front to back because it's going to be packed full of information. And I honestly want to start here. With MicroStrategy acquiring another 15,000 Bitcoin, about $1.5 million worth of Bitcoin at an average price of about $100,386 per coin. Absolutely gigantic. One of the main reasons I wanted to highlight this is Peter Schiff, one of the biggest Bitcoin haters of all time, commenting, basically saying, I don't even know what his criticism is. He's upset Michael Saylor's buying. But tech dev, with my favorite tweet of all time, just highlighting this tweet from Peter Schiff back in 2019, him saying Bitcoin is never going to hit $100,000. He's been wrong every step of the way. Peter Schiff has absolutely missed every single mark. And if you're one of those people that has been, well, first of all, if you're newer to this market, I absolutely implore you to do some research and truly understand what's happening. But for the most part, crypto and specifically, Bitcoin and crypto has always had people like this that have always been wrong and will continue to be wrong forever. And really, that's only, it's not even a bad thing. I consider it fine because that just means I can buy Bitcoin a little bit cheaper because those people aren't buying in. And every couple years that goes by, I have that much more money, which at this point, I have more money than I could ever spend at this point. I mean, technically that's not true. If I bought like some insane stuff, then I could definitely spend it. But there's no, if I'm reasonable, there's no way that I can spend it. But we look here, On-Chain College saying Bitcoin hitting all-time highs was really exciting when I was new to Bitcoin. But now that I've been in it for 7 years, it's a mix of validation and disappointment that I wasn't able to get more family and friends involved. And I wanted to talk about this first before we really dive into a lot of the data. And that's because I feel 1000% the same way. There's so many people in my circle, immediate circle, people I've known for years, friends, family, if I would actually sit down and ask myself, like, what percentage of those people are invested in crypto or are directly, maybe even directly invested because of me and talking about it, I would honestly say, I want to say maybe of those people that I know in real life, maybe 5 to 10%. That's not a high number, right? If you would ask me, hey, Tyler, you go on, let's say you go on a lot of first dates. How many of those dates lead to a second date? And I told you 5 to 10%. You'd be like, wow, bro, like you're not good at this, right? And so the fact that, whether it's me or, just in general, it's not just me, but the fact that only 5 to 10%, I would say, of the people that I know in real life, and it's not like 2 people, it's a lot of people, so it's a decent sample size. But the fact that that number is so low says something. And it's a mix of what I just highlighted here. It's a mix of disappointment. It's a mix of not having these people have that epiphany, that moment where they understand it. And I know it's not my fault. It's not anyone's fault, but it's still a little disappointing. But it also shows us how early we still are because, believe it or not, $100,000 per Bitcoin, in my opinion, based on actual fundamental objective, not subjective, objective, factual data of what the addressable market of Bitcoin is likely to be, we have quite literally hundreds of thousands to millions of more dollars to go in price appreciation. And that just blows my mind even to this day. So this is a huge stat with MicroStrategy and Bitcoin the ratio, these are probably the two most important indicators for Bitcoin over the next couple of months, according to Will Clemente. And I agree. If we look right now, currently the chance, according to Polymarket, that Trump will create a Bitcoin reserve in the first 100 days is currently about a third, or about 36%. Adam Back saying, if the U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve happens, prepare for a 7-figure Bitcoin. I personally think that these markets are they're discounting a little bit. I personally think that it is very likely. I mean, especially if you follow the people around Trump and all of the talk, I think it's very likely. Again, there's no guarantee, but I just think that, and I talked about this multiple times over the last week, if you know Donald Trump, right, you have to think of this man's psychology. He based his success, and he has based his success off of a few things in his life. The ability to make money. When he was president, and now he will be president again, but when he was president, how well the stock market did was very important to him. And now, as we saw when Bitcoin first hit 100K, he tweeted like, you're welcome, Bitcoiner, stuff like that. His identity is tied to the success of things, primarily financial things. So me personally, I think there's a lot of reasons why this Bitcoin reserve is going to happen, but I think one of the main things that is deep in his psychology is that he is going to want it to succeed because he's going to measure his own success on how well crypto does, if nothing else. So I personally think that is, you have to understand how people work, and I think most of the people in the US and the world kind of have a decent idea of Donald Trump's psychology, right? They kind of understand what is important to him. And I just personally think that this is going to be a huge driver for him, and he's going to be very motivated to get this done. The president of Argentina, right? Milei, El Salvador, these people are all influential in his network, and all these people, they all I think, to me, again, I just think the writing is on the wall, and I think that this is going to be extremely, extremely big. Now, I was watching CNBC earlier, and they've been talking about Bitcoin all morning, but specifically, I was watching them, a panel of 5 experts, financial experts, talking about Bitcoin, and they were like in a panic. They were basically saying, the host was saying like, I know we're all thinking about this. There's no way we're not thinking about it. They were going between statements of like, yeah, I mean, there's no real reason it should keep going up. But then also you could tell they felt like they were missing out, and they were giving these alternatives that had some level of Bitcoin exposure that aren't MicroStrategy or Bitcoin itself. And it's just insane to me how these experts, right, these people that are so much more educated and so much more knowledgeable than everyone else, right? Wrong, obviously, but they missed it. But not only that, they don't have the intelligence, the emotional intelligence, the capacity to understand, hey, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should do more research, or maybe I should, begin investing, something like that. They're not. They're doubling down, and that is exactly why these people have missed out in the first place. It's a litmus test. It's an ego test. And these people consistently fail, and they're going to end up buying Bitcoin much higher. Also news today of the former German finance minister Christian Lindner criticizing Chancellor Olaf Scholz for not adopting Bitcoin. There's a video of him basically reaming him, saying, it's actually a funny clip. It's on my Twitter if you want to check it out. But I mean, this is happening worldwide too. People are waking up to this as well. Michael Saylor's playbook, 3 catalysts that will take Bitcoin to over $5 million. The spot ETF's approval, or the spot ETF approvals, was the biggest one, the first one. Now, most recently with yesterday, the fair value accounting rule change, huge. And the last and biggest one coming is banks custody and lending against Bitcoin as collateral. And this is a clip of Saylor, talking about this. Guys, again, I'm going to continue through this video, but if you don't understand what's going on, I implore you to really do a deep dive to understand. This meme, I think, really encapsulates a lot. In the past, people saying, gunpowder, we don't need that. Okay. This is the CEO of Microsoft. Bitcoin, we don't need that. Okay. Like, these people, these are not the end all be all of these people are not always right. In fact, very often these people are wrong. And I think this is going to be one of the biggest blunders in financial history, and it already has been, but I think it's going to be even more painful for people that dismiss it and refuse to learn about it. As history has shown, the last 15 years, there's no real way to look at yourself in the mirror and think, wow, I did a good job by ignoring Bitcoin. If you're truly honest with yourself, when you look in the mirror, you think to yourself, holy crap, I made a mistake. And what a smart person then does is they say, wow, It's time for me to rectify that mistake. It's time for me to change that mistake. And the fact that so many people still aren't, it just shows how early we really are. Guys, I haven't been preaching about Bitcoin for like a couple weeks. I've been literally telling every person I know and meet in person basically about it if they're willing to listen since it was under $2,000. And if I would have really known about it before then, I would have been preaching about it when it was $1, or you know what I mean? As soon as I understood it, as soon as I did research, from the day that I did research and from the day that I understood it, not a day has gone by where I have not tried to share that with people, to try to teach them about it, right? I've been doing it every day for 8 years. And I'm going to keep doing it. But it's crazy how few people listen, not to just me, but to most people. People they're refusing to learn. This is a great example. Ki Young Ju on X talking about in prehistoric times when primitive people first came across gold, their reactions likely fell into two categories, some just seeing it as a dumb yellow rock, and other recognizing its value. And I personally just believe the exact same thing is happening now. Those who fail to understand that Bitcoin represents global financial leadership and an internet-driven economy will soon be left behind. And much like the countless nations in history that disappeared for failing to grasp the value of gold, that's the direction I think they're going to go. I think that if they're not paying attention, too late. We see Jack Mallers, basically, he has one principle. It's a very short clip of saying if, his money, he's not going to work and spend his time doing something to buy something that another man can print, which another man can print, just fiat currencies like the US dollar. It's not worth your time. And you have to understand that, your time and energy is worth more. And that's why Bitcoin deserves your time and energy, because it does not depreciate your hard work. It actually, over time, compounds it and it makes it more valuable. We also see the Bitcoin hash rate has hit a new all-time high, which in the past has preceded massive pumps as well, the most secure the network has ever been. A quick synopsis for people that don't know, hash rate is power used by miners to process transactions and secure the network. A higher hash rate means the network is more secure against potential attacks. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. The more valuable it gets, the more people adopt it, the more decentralized it becomes, the more powerful it becomes, the more valuable, the more secure it becomes. If you did that 2 minutes of research, just that alone, there's a million other things you can learn. But if you even did 2 minutes of research, you would know that, and you would be putting your money in Bitcoin. But most of the people that think Bitcoin is a scam quite literally don't even know that type of basic knowledge. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. I wish I could take these people and shake them and say, wake up, use your brain. And slowly over time, I think I've woken up some people, and I'm sure many of you watching this video have also influenced and woken up some people as well. But most people, unfortunately, need to learn the hard way. That's just how most people learn, I guess. They need to just lose so badly that they have to be shown their opinion is dumb and wrong so viciously before they can change their mind. And if that's the type of person you are, so be it. That's what you have to deal with. Or you can choose to wake up. And that's what I've been trying as well to help people do for the past 8 years. The last 30 days have seen more than $3 billion per day entering the Bitcoin network. Do you understand that? $3 billion per day entering the Bitcoin network for the last 30 days. Nobody is bullish enough. We see we are also nowhere near a cycle top according to Neste on X here. If we zoom in on this, you can see this marking tops, these red marking tops and the green marking bottoms, the best time to buy. And you can see the bottom here was about 2 years ago. And we're not seeing, you can also see this, this indicator here. Again, we're nowhere close to a top yet. But keep in mind, if the price really starts going crazier, up $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per day or something like that, then that top might be getting closer faster than people realize. But I still think we have a way higher price tag on Bitcoin before we're there. Also, about $2.14 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts face liquidation if Bitcoin reaches $111,000 per coin. Just like we talked about yesterday, if Bitcoin broke like 105 or so, a lot of shorts would get liquidated and the price went up, exactly like we talked about yesterday. And I think this is going to happen sooner than later as well. We see Bitcoin taking over on the Bloomberg homepage. Look at this. Bitcoin hitting another new all-time high. We talk about Bitcoin here, Bitcoin at 100. We see Wall Street eyeing, this is about Trump, but then MicroStrategy. Yeah, the whole thing is about Bitcoin. People are starting to take notice. Unfortunately, they couldn't notice before it was 100K. That's because most people don't understand psychology. Most people don't understand how cycles work. And they will learn the hard way. That's the point. We also see Bitcoin is passing the 200 WMA. Basically, I think we're in store again. As you can see, I don't think we're anywhere near a top, even according to this chart by Adam Back. And if we look at a chart that I had highlighted at the beginning, this is where I believe we are in this cycle. I believe that we're going to see Bitcoin run up, maybe have a pullback consolidation, run up again, and I think that this can continue on for the next 6 to 8 months or so. But I think within those 6 to 8 months, you might want to consider really looking at your portfolio and making a decision that is solely based on you. And it's different for everyone. But yeah, at some point, if you want to take profits or rotate altcoin gains into Bitcoin, then that's what you need to do. I am not somebody that will just sit here blindly and say, you have to hold through all the dips and stuff. If you think you can, ride Bitcoin to the top, maybe cash out or rotate a little bit, and then in the bear market, buy as much as you can and do the same thing for the next cycle, then do that successfully. That's amazing. I know it's a little riskier, but hey, I'm not here to tell you exactly what your strategy should be. The only thing that I think is really important that I need to let everyone know is that a Bitcoin standard, in my opinion, is coming. And if you don't have any exposure to Bitcoin, I think you're making a mistake. That's the easiest way for me to get across what I want to say. And if you're interested in buying Bitcoin, trading, you can sign up with FEMX or BITUNIX below using my link. And without any further ado, it's from